That looks kind of strange. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Tristan.
Hi. Hello. Come on in. Okay. Being here in November? Yeah. Oh, okay. What's her name? Misha? Okay, what's your name? Anushka? Nice to meet you. Well, I'm Tristan. This is Tristan, and you are our first physical person here. I have the Zoom call recording right now. I do have a link I can forward. Well, I can send it in an email after because it's recording, so I can just send you the recording since you're here. If you wouldn't mind, this is just our class list now, but if you just wanted to write down kind of what's above that for your daughter, just so I can get your contact information too. Yeah, first, last name. Yeah, so this is just because I don't get that until the children are enrolling, so it'll be nice to have just in advance. Hello. Oh, no worries. Good to see you again. Yep. Sorry again about stopping by your house yesterday. Lots of home visits this week. So, like I said, you were the last address I put in. I was like, this must be the one I'm going to. Yeah, I did have the other one going on. So, hi. Good. Nice to meet you. I'm Tristan, and this is Kristen. So you're Lucy's parents. Okay, so we'll be doing our home visit tomorrow. Awesome. So yeah, I think we're gonna have a small group today. So yeah. So I guess you have that for now. I was gonna say, since I sent it out, I don't know if you wanted to follow along on your phone. With it, if you want to, you don't have to. I was just pretty much going to go over the new information that we had, that we talked about yesterday here as a community at the school, and then also if you had any questions. So anyone who's on Zoom, if you had any questions at the end, feel free to unmute and chime in. So,
Will do. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. So, as we said, I'm Tristan, and this is Kristen, and we are the two guides here in the Lilly community this year. This is my 4th year in the Lilly community and my 9th at Mariposa. I was in the Children's House before this for 5 years, and I've also worked in other schools in Montana and Colorado. And I'm certified in both birth to 3 and 3 to 6. So I've been doing this a very long time. This is Kristen's 2nd year with me. So anyway, to move forward, so I don't know if you all had a chance to look over the orientation packet. It's pretty much just general information, just about Montessori in the beginning part of it. I did want to say for any new parents, so you will be in November when we'll be doing this, but I will send out the phase-in schedules for your children tomorrow. Once I've gotten this, those are the last home visits I'll have tomorrow. So once I have that all set up, I'll email that out. So the phase-in schedules will typically take about 3 days until it's a full day. Let's see. So we have different behaviors, which, I mean, at the toddler age, as you all know, they're learning social skills at this age, and sometimes the easiest way to communicate is through a physical response. So it is very common for us to see, oh, Kristen, do you want to get that? To see hitting, pushing, yelling, fighting, things like that. It's very common at this age. It's not that your child's doing something wrong, that's just how they know how to quickly respond to something. And so at this age, we're giving them the skills that they need to be successful in life. So, hi. Oh, that's okay. I know. I was just like, I'll just pick up this lovely piece of paper and hope for the best. So this is recording on Zoom right now for anything you missed, but pretty much I'm just kind of going through the orientation packet that I sent out, and just I'm going to talk about the things that are changing. So I was just talking about biting and other behaviors, because I know sometimes it can feel embarrassing when your child does something like that to another person. Oh my goodness, why are they doing that? It's developmentally appropriate, and like I said, we roll with it and help them, guide them to learning, like I said, socially appropriate behaviors. The daily routine, I don't feel like I need to really go through that. It's going to be pretty similar to what I have here. If there's any changes, it's just going to be very minimal changes. Like we might switch, food tasting to before we go outside versus after going outside, things like that. The thing I did want to address that is the biggest change, and I will email about this too, is I had said on here that snack until further notice, you'll be bringing your own snacks. That will just be for next week only. After next week, starting on August 23rd, we're going to start community snack again, which means that you or a family will bring snack for the entire class for 1 week out of the semester. So, hi Dustin, hi Alicia, come on in. That's all right. Let's see, we'll send home a snack calendar just so you'll know when your week is. I also have a sample sheet that just gives examples of snacks that you can bring, just so you can have some ideas, so you don't have to think too much about it. We don't have any allergies in here right now, so pretty much anything is okay. So like I said, we have some just general things that seem to work out well with the children for those snacks. And so it's just for those 5 days that you would bring the snack. And then we're also asking with the community snack to bring a bouquet of flowers, which we do flower arranging with the children as one of the works in the classroom. And so just a small bouquet, they have them at HEB for like $3.98. So just something like that works really well. And so I didn't know if anyone wanted to volunteer to do the first week of snack. Like I said, we have the snack sheet, the examples of snack that we send out. So if no one wanted to volunteer for it, I'll just write up a calendar and we'll just go with that. You want to volunteer? Okay. Great. Oh, thank you. Generally purchase. Sometimes families, want to make muffins or something, or a loaf of bread, and then we can cut that up. But typically it's kind of like a bag of oranges, veggie straws, or crackers with some kind of nut butter that they can spread on it, things like that. So, okay, thank you for that. And so that'll be starting August 23rd. So next week you'll bring still the 2 labeled snacks for the morning and the afternoon. The other thing I was going to say is when we start the community snack, you will still be responsible for bringing an afternoon snack for your child that is still labeled, and we'll put that in a container and have it in the fridge until the afternoon. If your child stays for a late day, so if they're signed up for the 3 to 5:30 time slot, you can feel free to send an additional snack if you want to for that time. Okay, and then the same thing, we're going to be changing some things for lunchtime again. Before COVID, we were using glass plates and silverware and cups. We are going to go back to that with the children here in the classroom. So what they'll be doing is they'll be opening their lunches and putting them on their plates to eat instead of just out of their lunch boxes. So if you do have containers that they can get onto their plates easily, if they have the bento boxes, we'll kind of scoop the things out onto the plates. We're trying to steer away from like the squeezy pouches because we want to encourage the children to be able to see what they're consuming. And if they do bring something that's kind of liquidy like that, like applesauce or yogurt or cottage cheese, they'll have that in a bowl. If you do have a container that is bowl shaped, like a little round glass bowl, that's okay too. We can open that, put that with their plate. So they'll be doing that at lunchtime. They'll empty it out onto their plate. When they're finished, we'll empty what they have remaining back into their lunchbox so you can see how much food that they ate during the day, so you can keep track of that. And then for all the dishes, yes. What was that? Oh yeah, if it's something that pertains to that, absolutely. We have the plates here, so we have a shelf over there. You can see the plates and cups that we have, and we also have a dishwasher here that we can sanitize those daily. So you can just send the lunches, yes, because we have utensils here now. Last year we were asking for families to send utensils. This year we have everything here. So yes. Yes.
I have a topic of frozen food.
Yes.
Sorry for this, but 50% of the food that she gets will be on the floor regardless. So can you put that back and let me know that she didn't eat it, or?
We will not. That will go into the trash can.
What I'm worried about is like if you have all this food, she throws.
Sure.
On the ground and she comes out.
We can just let you know her lunch,
Yeah.
a majority of it ended up on the floor today. So.
I was thinking exactly the same thing when you were talking about the lunch routines, because my son, 19 months, is in a stage where we have a dog at home. He eats in his high chair, and usually he eats maybe about 20%, and she eats the rest.
Got it.
Like, he really kind of expects that.
Right.
You know, she's not here. So we were doing that, and we just came back from visiting family.
Yeah.
That was an issue when we were there too. It's like, oh wow, it's not here. Okay, well, we've got to have some training.
Sure. And
So I just looked around. These little tiny tables are adorable. I just gonna go crazy because I love it, but I do hope that he's not even inclined to throw food.
And right, and what's nice about them being all together here is the positive peer pressure of seeing the older children who have gone through the routine, who are able to, they open up their lunches, they know it's time to eat, they get right to eating, and so they'll see that. I'm not saying the behaviors are going to be instantaneously gone, but it comes with time that they all know, oh, this is the time we all sit down as a group, we all eat together, and they'll pick it up. So
you have a desk in your room
yes.
that you use as part of lunch right now?
Yes. Yeah, and like I said, if it's something like liquidy that it can just stay in that container, and the other ones will empty onto the plate. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and we'll help show them. You know, we model ourselves too. Like when we sit down, we'll eat with them. We'll show how we're using silverware, how we use our fingers to eat certain things, just so they can see how that process goes too. So, and the same with drinking out of the cups. That's something that we can also model too, just slowly, if that's something you also want to start at home too, just open cups, you know, how to just slowly bring it to your mouth and then it goes into your mouth if you haven't done that yet with them at home. So those are the biggest changes with food, that we're going back to the glass plates and silverware and the glasses, and then the community snack. Another thing I wanted to address is we have opened up the school again to be open until 5:30. And I know some of you are signed up for the after school program or the late day from 3 to 5:30. And we were just trying to get numbers for how many children will be there until closing at 5:30, or if there were people that were just planning to pick up sometime in between the 3 and 5:30 slot. So I don't know if anyone here who's your sign up. It's just going to be sometime. Got it. Okay. And
I would say
Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, we were just wondering too. And closer to the end. Okay, okay, sure. And- Okay, great. Yeah, we just kind of wanted to gauge that. And then I did notice something that was new this year, I believe, is the late fee for picking up after 5:30 went up to $25 for the first minute late and $1 additional for every minute late. So I encourage you to be in the parking lot by 5:25, walking to the door if you're at the very edge, just so you don't have to worry about that. Because I saw that on there. Yeah. It's either in here or we should be out on the playground. It's either or, weather dependent. So, and then as far as I know, they're considering the young children's community. So these 3 classes they're considering as a pod right now. So if we did need to combine with other classes at the very end of the day, it would only be within this area here. But as far as I know, this classroom or the playground. So communication, these are just things that we will be doing this year for families who have been here before. They know about the journals. Each child will have their own journal that we'll write in a couple times a week, just little things that have happened during the week or something we saw that we're like, oh, that would be fun to share with the family. We have in there, if you have something you want to communicate, like, oh, I noticed this at home, or I just had a question about this. We read the journals every day when they come back. We'll do our best to send them home daily. We have them sitting right above the hooks over there. So you just get a little journal like that, that'll go home with you. And then just send it back in the bag every day. You can even just leave it in the bag, like take a look at it, put it right back in the bag. And when I say the bag, we should have Mariposa bags for everybody very soon. We don't have them yet. I apologize. But they will be coming soon. So just some kind of canvas bag like this if you want to send, and then we'll use that until we send the Mariposa bags. So we have the journals. So we just, we'll just start writing in it the first week and start sending it to you. Thursday folders is something that we did before COVID. We are going to start doing that again, where each week we send it home on a Thursday. We'll have a newsletter. I might have articles printed out just about toddler information that's pertinent to, the beginning of the school year, or how to set up routines at home, or, if you're seeing behaviors that you want to redirect, how to do that, things like that. Also, if there's any information that the office prints out, they'll give it to the classes. We put those in Thursday folders and send that home too. Let's see. For illness, so everything non-COVID, we still look out for things like vomiting, diarrhea, fever of 100.4, because there's still, common cold, flu, hand, foot, and mouth. These are all very common toddler things that go around. So in addition to COVID, we will let you know if we're seeing these things, and also pink eye. That's another common one. Hand, foot, and mouth symptoms are blisters on palms of the hand or on the bottom of the feet, or if you pull your lips down in the gums right there, you'll see kind of blister-like lesions. And a fever with it too. But those are the physical things you can see. And when there's an outbreak of hand, foot, and mouth, you start checking hands and feet of children, and it's blistered. They won't be on top. They'll just be on the palms and on the bottoms of feet too. So it is kind of obvious. Once it happens, you're like, oh, yep, that's got to be it. If they're just getting really cranky or pulling at their mouth or things like that, just check for that. So, and then also, in addition, for pink eye, their eyes don't necessarily have to be pink. They can look like they have kind of like a whitish yellow gunk in their eyes, like in the corner. And that's typically how it starts. And that's the first symptom we see before their eyes are even reddish or pinkish. So that's another one. So like I said, with any illnesses, we'll let you know at school. for COVID, it's kind of the same thing that we've been doing the past year. If anyone in your family tests positive, we'll go through the protocol of we'll close down the classroom, and when the child has been tested, if they test positive, we'll shut down the classroom for X amount of time. I'm not quite sure what X is right now, but 10 days. I think it is, but I don't know if that's going to change because they haven't sent out the new information, which I'm thinking they'll do tomorrow. I think they just want to have it be as up to date as they can before Monday, because everything is changing daily. My kids are in middle school in Buda, and we are getting emails every day about what's changing. So for this classroom, our classroom closed one time for one positive case in January. And we were closed for 2 weeks at that time. And nobody else in the classroom got COVID. It was just that child. Oh, okay. Yeah. It was right around the same time all 3 YCCs closed from their own isolated cases. So I don't know if any other classrooms closed down, but that was the only time. And then since then, it's been pretty good. Yes.
Just in case that happens, is there, the kids all stay home or the classroom will optimize anyway? So the classroom goes to the kids stay home for those 10 days.
Not necessarily 10 days. If someone in the child's family tests positive, we will close until the child, we know if they test positive or negative. If the child tests positive, our class would stay closed for the 10 days just to make sure nobody else gets COVID. So I believe that will be the same policy in place this year. Okay, so we have the supply list, which you can look over in the orientation packet as well. But did anybody have any questions about any supplies to bring? Yes, ACE is still wearing diapers. Yeah, so send diapers and wipes the first week, I think. Yes, yeah, whenever you send diapers, if you send a pack of wipes too. Yeah, and those are good too. We have, if you see in our bathroom, you can see the corner of like one of the turquoise-ish bin that's in there. We leave the extra larger packs up there, and then in their cubbies, we have a stack of 5 or 6 that we take from daily, and then just resupply from that until we need more. 3 changes of clothes. Yeah, and so that's all there too. So you don't have to worry about remembering that right now.
The wet bag.
Yes.
So like a waterproof bag or just a bag and throw in wet clothes in?
Either or. Some families bring actual like wet bags purchased from a store that have the zipper and the inside is waterproof so nothing leaks out. Some families send just gallon Ziploc bags or just reusable bags from the store, whatever you prefer.
Okay.
And then for the family photo, feel free to email that. If you don't have a stack of photos lying around your house, I understand. Just email a family picture from your phone or something that you have. And then we were going to put them around the classroom. It's really nice for the children to sometimes they'll take their picture and go sit with it sometimes, or, show their friends, or they'll take their friend's family picture and go sit with it. So it's really sweet. So on here, I had flower arranging again. I'll put that down on the snack list, but if you are the snack family, if you just bring that bouquet, it's really sweet to see them cut the flowers, put them in a vase, they get a little doily, and then they put them around the classroom. So let's see. Oh, a volunteer opportunity we were wondering about. So we every year have a room parent. And that's someone who just kind of sends out information to the families in the classroom throughout the year. There's not too many responsibilities tied to it, but it's just somebody who we're hoping to have consistent through the duration of the school year until next May. I don't know if there was anybody who wanted to volunteer. We did have a volunteer, but it's someone who won't be with us for the entirety of the school year. So I just wanted to know if there was anybody who had the time. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I'll let Sean know, the head of school, and then she can just send you the information about it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Sure. I don't know, and if anyone on here knows who has the little tags, feel free to chime in. But there's these little plastic labels that can stick onto clothing, and they stay on throughout the wash, and the child's name's on it, maybe just a little symbol like a rainbow or something. I don't know where they come from, but everybody seems to have them. Yeah, I just see them like just stuck to everything, and they just seem to stay on forever, and it's just like yeah, I've seen some that they come off easily, and I've seen some that's like nothing will ever make them come off. So yes, yeah, things have come a long way since my children. I had to write in Sharpie all over their things, like try and find like the spot where it would like not bleed through like the least amount. Oh, that would be great. Yeah, once you find the email me, and then I'll send that to the class. Yes. Okay. Label sticky. Oh. Oh. All right, well, while you're looking at that, I was just going to end this with saying for the recommended readings, the two websites at the bottom that I put on the orientation packet are really great, because it's just generally like the article will start off with a question that you might have about something your child's doing, and then they just have really great information how to handle that situation. And so specifically Janet Lansbury, if you're on Facebook, she usually updates daily with just something, and I read so many of those articles, and so many of them pertain to toddlers, and they're really great, and they're very straightforward, short, and helpful. So so that's the end of the orientation packet for anything I had added, and if anybody had any questions. Yes, they don't have to be Velcro. It's just easier for them to get on and off themselves. So our nap time is roughly from noon until usually at the latest 2:30. Typically, most of the children are getting up and putting their things away by 2, and then we'll have a few children who might still be sleeping after that. But we usually have the room completely taken down from nap time by 2:30. But we'll sit with children who might need an adult to sit with them until they fall asleep. Some children fall asleep independently, just like I said, it depends on the child. So and then if they wake up early, usually an adult will sit with them. If they need an adult to sit with them, sometimes they'll just kind of lay there. And if they wake up really early, we'll see if they fall back asleep. If not, we might offer them some books or things like that, just to keep the room quiet until more of the children wake up. We have all the cots. You can see a couple on the outside. Those are for our taller children, but the rest of them are in the cabinet. Yeah, so we have enough for every child in the classroom. Don't need a nap mat. So just a crib size sheet. A crib size sheet fits on the tall ones and the regular ones. And then just a small blanket. I don't think we have any here right now, but just a thin blanket. These are the baskets we use for nap time. So The sheet goes in there, a blanket. Some families send pillows, some don't, or just a pillow that could just sit on top of that in this size area. So just send one. So on Monday, you'll send a bag that has sheet, blanket, pillow if you want to. We put the bag on the bottom of this basket. We leave it in there. On Friday, we send that home with you to launder. And if the child has something happen to their sheets during the week, we'll send it home that day. And then we do have extras just in case something happens too. A couple extras. Yeah.
Hey, Tristan, I have
Oh.
a question.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
I couldn't
Hi.
hear if somebody else was talking. Go ahead.
All right. Did you want to ask yours first? Mm-hmm. Yeah, typically I haven't seen any of the vegetarian children take other people's non-vegetarian items, and all of our snack recommendations are also vegetarian too. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, we don't have any meat suggestions on there. Mhm. Yep. Jillian, yes, hi.
Well, I had a different question, but that conversation led me to ask, do you know of any children that have allergies in the classroom, like
No, we
peanut
don't.
allergies?
We don't have any allergies this
Okay.
semester.
Great. So I understand when they transition to the next classroom, they will be wearing masks. Is that correct? The
Yes.
children will?
Yes.
I'm wondering if I'm having trouble getting Willow to start wearing a mask, and she's gonna be transitioning fairly soon, I guess. And I'm wondering if there's any plans to kind of build that into the routine somehow in your classroom.
Not
I think she
necessarily.
might respond to that.
Yeah, I haven't actually heard any of the Children's House teachers say that they've had an issue once the children move into Children's House, that they're not keeping their masks on. Again,
Okay.
it's another one of those positive peer pressure things. All the
Yeah.
other children in the class have masks on, so they're just like, oh, I wear a mask now too.
Okay,
So
that's good. I'm sure she'll fall in line eventually.
yeah, and we do have children, once they have been getting closer to Children's House, really excited to come to school in their mask and wear it in the classroom sometimes. And then they'll put it away, but in, like I said, in Children's House, they just keep it on, and I haven't heard anybody having an issue with keeping it
Okay.
on.
I have this is Kristen Evans. I have a kind of a related question.
Yeah.
Given the kind of spike in COVID,
Yes.
I love like all these community. Hey, Petra, Mama's talking, okay? I love all I love all these community things that we're doing, but I'm just curious, if there are any precautions given this new spike, and anything that you all have thought through. I've considered even sending Petra in a mask, and so I'm just curious if you all have considered anything.
I'm not sure what the office has considered. All I know is that the information that they've sent us so far. We had, as far as we know, we're just following what the recommendations are for children under 3. They don't require having a mask. And then above that, they are requiring for masks. So we're following what we're hearing in that regard.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I don't know if you heard that. Krista was mentioning we have a new grounds person. He's coming in and sanitizing all the classrooms in the evening, daily.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes the things that we've had, like I said, are nut butters, jellies, regular butter, apple butter. What was somebody brought? Oh, it was like a goat cheese mixed with honey. It's very delicious. Hummus is fine too. Yeah, pretty much anything that you would think that sounds good, the children would probably also think sounds good. So yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. Baked homemade sourdough sounds amazing. So I might also have to partake.
The food tasting sessions that we have,
Are all fresh fruits and vegetables. Mhm. Yes, and that's what the point of it is. So daily, we try the same food for that entire week. So for instance, Monday it's broccoli, Tuesday it's broccoli, Wednesday broccoli, Thursday broccoli, Friday broccoli. So that they're seeing it every time, because on average, I believe it takes a child 10 tries to finally start liking a new food. So that's only, our week is only half of that. So even if we've tried it here, it might still take longer time. I was reading over one of my letters from a couple years ago when we were doing mushrooms. And when I wrote the Thursday folder letter, it was like, so nobody's a fan of fresh mushrooms. But we tried. So yeah. Yeah. Well, and we'll do kind of exotic things too, like limes. We'll taste it and just that it's sour, but then at the end we'll squeeze the limes and make it into a limeade or something like that. We've done it. We do that with a lot of citruses. There have been some other foods that we've had that we've ended up like cooking up. I think once I did cabbage and then cooked that up, and they had some cabbage with a little salt and peppers. I'm Polish, so we eat a lot of cabbage. And the kids gobbled it up, and it was just like, wow, cabbage, like, yay. Yes, I agree. Yeah. And I've had it too, like some children are super excited about it and some children will not participate once, and that's okay. And we always offer it. So, and like I said too, halfway through the school year, we start having to get creative because it's like, okay, we've already done apples and bananas and oranges, and it's like, what else is there? So, so we've tried things like dragon fruit, and star fruit, and different kinds of squashes and things. So. We have done pomegranates. They do love pomegranates. So. Yeah, they're pretty fun. Yeah, so we did do pomegranates right before COVID. That was fun. So, yeah.
TinyMe.com.
Tiny Me?
Yeah. TinyMe.com. But those take a little bit. Remember, I was like, that's what I did promote that, and she was like, no.
Okay, so I can just put
So it's gonna be your, you know.
it's gonna be the ones that you want in January. Okay.
TinyMe.com. Yep.
Yeah, I'll send it up too for everyone to have with this. Yeah, so there's not any other questions. And feel free to email again if you think of something. Because I know off the top of your head, at least for me, it's really hard to come up with questions. So yes. And then we'll go over a phase-in schedule tomorrow though, and then I'll email that to you, and same with the crush.
and just to.
Until about Thursday, so that the phase-in process, he can experience like a little bit each day. And then, yeah, and then tomorrow we are having the open house. It's in between 10 and 12, so you don't have to be here for that time. It's just a drop-in, and with COVID, we're not expecting everyone to come back, but if you just wanted your child to come and see it, you know, the playground is open too. We're gonna have, I think we'll try and have some of the windows and door open too, just kind of do a walkthrough, just so your child can see it with you. That's why we're offering it. I think that's fine, yeah. Of course. Yeah, I think that would be fine. So, yeah, and you don't have to plan to stay here long too. If you just wanted it to just be like 5 minutes in the classroom and out, that's fine. So, all right. Well, thank you everyone for coming tonight, and we're excited about this year. And we'll, if we don't see you tomorrow, I'll for sure see both of you tomorrow. And if not, we'll see you next week and in November. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. All right. Thanks everyone on Zoom.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Very
Okay.